going to be easy. It wouldn't be surprising if he drops a couple games. But we've already seen 7-0. We've seen players coming into this tournament in week 2 be 7-0 in bracket point. It didn't work out as he would have expected. So Tekkz, he knows there's pressure on his shoulders. He's coped with it before, he needs to cope with it now. And also, in case you didn't realise, we've also got Obra against Fuma as our second match. And where do we look at, Ryan? Look, where do we follow this game? We're going to kick off now. Tekkz against LeviDeWeerd. We're live back in London again. It's week 4 of the FC Pro Open. Do not go anywhere. Players will be upgraded, and there will also be some shocks that appear in the group of death. It's week 4, as we said. We've already seen Group A, B and C conclude before the winter break. Now it's for this group to unfold. The One OS does sit out in this game for those Saudi Arabian, Middle Eastern fans that will be cheering his name tonight. Tekkz looking for an early start. Could be an early goal. It's defended in the end pretty well. I mean, we've got to talk about it, Ryan. The draft format, the squad building rules for this week. Is it the hardest build for these players or not? You know what? I think it's actually quite lenient. I know it's difficult in terms of only having 2 players from a specific league, but I think the way you can build your squad sort of caters that quite well. You see Tekkz building up on the byline. He's brought in Theo Hernandez, which is a very expensive item. I believe it's over 1 million coins he's used of his budget, of the 9 million on a left back.
There was quite a few interesting selection in Tekkz's draft. Ginola wins his battle as he tries to smooth his way past Virgil van Dijk. Tekkz still in full control at the moment. One of the most interesting picks in Tekkz's team comes from the goalkeeper. I mean, goalkeepers are a special choice this year. A lot of pros often go for an icon selection. He has gone for Miagnan of AC Milan. A couple of step overs. There's Mbappe. 8 minutes in. Tekkz will look to make it deja vu for LeviDeWeerd, who was on the back of a defeat to Tekkz just over a month or so ago in the Open qualifier of this tournament. And I mean, look, it's been an electric start from Tekkz. He's been knocking on the door since the first minute. There was always going to be a chance, and unfortunately for Levy, he finds himself 1-0 down.
Yep, exactly. It's that step over boost into space with Mbappe, a slightly late player switch there from Levy onto Van Dijk, and a shot across the goal. Without the goalkeeper movement there, it's basically a guaranteed goal when you have the likes of Mbappe in front of it. So it's been a promising start, or more than promising, I should say, from Tekkz. The first 8 minutes or 9 minutes or so. And yeah, Levy, I don't think has left this half.
Well, we just spoke about it there. For those who didn't see, 64 players came to London in early November. Well, they bowed out in the FC Pro Open qualifier. 6 of those players from Tekkz's drafted 9 million coin squad back then feature again tonight. The same heavy hitters. There's no surprise that they feature support Tekkz again. Those players include Mbappe, Hansen, Socrates, who is the most interesting pick, I think it's safe to say, right in the team. Kevin De Bruyne, Virgil van Dijk, and a trailblazer, João Cancelo. There is a team at the group stage, João Cancelo available, but Tekkz said, look, I just like the trailblazer one.
I think from what we saw when these 2 played earlier on in the year, Renzo said it earlier on, it was very closely contested, and it 2-1 to Tekkz, and what separated them was Hansen on the ball now with a finesse shot.
I think also on that, Ryan, in the nicest possible way, Levy was 4-0 in Swiss, Tekkz was 4-0 in Swiss. The game had a different feel to it. It wasn't a knockout $50,000 game. I think this is going to be very different. We said there's another game taking place, and it's between Obron and Fuma. There has been a goal in this game, and it's gone the way of the French player of FC Lorient. And it's no surprise that Kylian Mbappe has scored a goal there. You can see Stingray in the coach's seat tonight. They've got quite the relationship, those 2 players. They were teammates last year and went on to win the French E-Ligue 1. Now he's back again to support, in his eyes, one of the most talented FC players in the world. Perfect start for Fuma there. Yeah,
Fuma's a frightening player to play against. We'll see more of him later on as Tekkz tries to create an attack there, loses possession. But for Levy, going down in the first 8 minutes without really seeing possession against the likes of Tekkz is a very difficult mountain to climb, because we praise Tekkz on his attacking play, his skill moves. However, his defensive capabilities, in my opinion, might be one of the best not just in the scene now, that we've ever seen. He dictates the game, the tempo, and of course, from my experience playing him as well, it's a tough hill to climb when you go down by even one.
Here comes Levy, teases the play a lot. There's Cafu. Still nearly $1 million coins. Come back, so easy.
Oh, Levy.
And just like that, Levy will equalise the game.
I jinxed it, saying it's tough to come back. Levy's, yeah, that cancel there. Probably be able to see it in the replay with Cafu. Cancel play lock, and then that pass there, the step over, which we saw, passing it back, an easy finish, Mbappe. And Levy gets back into the game.
You could just see it though, couldn't you, Ryan? There was a moment where Tekkz thought he was going to pass the ball, but just took the extra touch, and it made all the difference. In
fairness, I thought Tekkz read it well in terms of the play lock cancel. He didn't get baited by it, he didn't move a defender out of position. But again, when you have that many options going forward, you attack down the byline, you recycle it inwards, you're always going to find that space one way or another, and that's exactly what Levy done.
You mentioned how good Tekkz was defensively, Ryan. As we know, he went unbeaten in the qualifier, went 5-0 in the Swiss rounds. He only conceded 10 goals. He was one of the best defenders. Believe it or not, the best defender out of this group was actually Levy. Only conceded 8 goals in those Swiss rounds. They did play against each other, as we said, in round 5 of that competition. This is a rematch between the two names. Long ball over the top, just offside. 25 minutes played here. Keep in mind, for those that haven't been following the FC Pro Open, 9-minute halves is what we're playing. Just one and done.
I think both
stage matches.
Both fullbacks for Levy, I believe, are on overlap. Maybe that the left back was triggered based on the overlap. I mean, based on the triggered run.
Cafu finds Valverde. This is great from Levy. He's building up perfectly well. Modric fancied a crack here from good 25+ yards.
Look at the space. You can just see it every single time the pass is on over the top. Watch the triggered run as well with Valverde. Space to recycle.
Shot to come in, maybe. Hansen matches up again with Rio Ferdinand, who has been superb at the back. 1, 2, 3 times there. He's, in my eyes, a very sensible and a smart buy. One of the few English icons, Ryan, that when I do pack them, I'm pretty happy with Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah, the rest of them, yeah.
It's Bobby Moore. It's going back into the next one.
Bobby Charlton you take?
Oh, I packed him.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Ivan Cavallaro and Calvin Phillips are the 2 FC Pro items. Have I invested in any of them?
Yeah, that's my question.
No.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I haven't either. I just felt it was too hard to call as the ball from Tekkz whipped in clearance.
Do you know what the best thing about this group is, though? Tekkz's item is the only one that's worth coins right now. I think he's between about 130 to 150,000 coins as it currently stands in the market for Phillips. Everybody else in this group is about 15k, 15 to 20k. So if you are watching now and you fancy picking up some FC Pro items in the group that could be upgraded tonight, don't hang about and get spending those coins.
So the controlled sprint there from Tekkz, utilising it with Cancelo and Davigina. Loses possession though. Good defending from Levy. I think he's come into this game, Levy, a lot more after conceding. I thought maybe in those games when you play against Tekkz, it's very easy to lose your head and the game plan goes out the window, but he's done well to keep composure, created a few more chances. Could argue that he potentially could even scored another.
Well, a quick update across the row. We heard that Fuma was leading by 1-0. There's been a goal back in that for Obra. Top 4 back-to-back in the last 2 World Finals. One of the most consistent players in this scene. Finds a way back into the tie, an important goal for him. Yeah, very important. I'll be honest, I think both Obrin and Fuma are underrated in the scene. I think the community, or the pro players and those who are very familiar with the community, they know how good they are, but the general consensus is you'd probably favour Tekkz and Levy on paper. I just think in the nicest way to Oberon as well. Superb player, great guy as well off the pitch. He has won the Serie A, but he hasn't won a big international tournament in terms of lifting silverware, really being seen on the big stage. Yes, he's been in the conversation with top 4s, as we said, in those World Finals. Good runs in tournaments such as the Champions League as well. Got a top 6 there. I just think he's missing the trophy, Ryan. You could maybe even argue the same for LeviDeWeerd. Eredivisie winner, runner-up in the Nations finals in the summer. Yes, he was a back-to-back European champion during the online era of competitive FC action. But where maybe it wasn't offline and there wasn't a Champs Cup level of land victory, which comes with all the social media and all the backing with it. Maybe just didn't do
he's tucked back
as much for the Dutch player. Not taking anything away from him, because he did win that EA Sports Cup last year as well in a 2v2 format with Olilito. And has had some fine form in a series of online cups, building up into this one. Last chance really before we go into half-time. It is 1-1 in our opening game here in Group D. Tekkz did take the early lead with Mbappe, and it was Levy who could also find the back of the net.
Last attack.
The same score. Added time of 1 minute, 30 seconds has already been played.
Look at Theo.
He's off, but is he past Cafu? I don't think so. Back to the goalkeeper. That should do us for the first half here. Let's see if we can catch some closing stages between Fuma and Oberon. Well, we've just got a quick second or two. I don't think this one is anywhere near half-time yet. 30 minutes on the clock in this one, Ryan, but, I mean, the scoreline is the same. It's 1-1 over here.
Yep, it is. We were obviously just coming into it, realising, or sorry, viewing the equaliser from Oberon.
Just to...
That's offside. Oh, it's just off, my mistake.
Your thoughts as well. The French community right now is thriving.
Yep.
I mean, Fuma's been the sort of leader in it now, but if you look at the recent Cash Cup that took place at the weekend, I think the top two on one side of Europe was Lex and Yasko. Yep. Both from France, both representing French football clubs, will be involved in the French League One in January. They are loving FC at the moment.
Yeah, I think that might be one of, if not the toughest nations in terms of the... Hold on a second, I thought there was going to be a chance there. In terms of the amount of pro players that are on the top level, at the top level.
And this up. To play it from the back. It's a bit of a wrestling match, this one, isn't it? Got a favourite type of wrestling?
Sumo wrestling, maybe?
Can't personally say I'm a fan, but each to their own. Here's a chance, back to goal. Finding a way through. Obviously, there is a mystery nation up for grabs tonight as well. I can imagine there's a lot of people are wondering what it is going to be. I mean, stay watching, stay listening, and I'm sure you'll find out what that'll be as the night unfolds. Back to Tekkz against Levy. 1-1 on the scoreline here, as we said, opening game. I mean, if both games were to be a draw, Ryan, it would certainly shake things up.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. As we said, we saw them already 2-1, Tekkz winning in the Swiss format. And, oh, am I going to jinx it? I have. Wow. I'm shocked that went in. I'll be honest, I'm surprised that went in. It could have been blocked, it could have been saved. But Levy takes the lead right on cue, as we were talking about potential goal score. We're going to see a replay of it. Modric into Valverde, a driven pass. You know what? That might be the goalkeeper selection there, you know.
Yeah?
I'll be honest, come on. You saved that, Brandon.
I mean, I often joke and call Miagnan Minan.
She would have saved that.
She might have saved that. This could be a great opportunity or not to bring in Casey, teammate of Tekkz. I mean, commentators curse from former Man City eSports pro, Ryan Pessoa. Casey, welcome to the commentary desk. Tekkz 2-1 down.
I mean, I wasn't expecting it. I thought this one was going to end in a draw, which it definitely still could, but they're so evenly matched that but Levy turned it up. After that first goal, it's like he needed that fire under him to get back into this game.
Yeah, the thing is with these two, when they played multiple times, whether it's in tournaments or online cups or just practicing. So in terms of the play style, there's sort of a familiarity there, and also they know that when one person takes the lead, that player is more often than not going to slow the pace down, dictate the tempo. It turns into, dare I say, even like a snooze fest. There's not going to be too many chances either way, and I think, yeah, I'm pretty certain if Levy keeps possession, it will get possession. He's going to be trying to keep it. That's the ball over the top there. Socrates, maybe that's why he's in the team, the height in the box.
I think on top of that as well, Casey, look, in terms of competitive FC this year, Tekkz hasn't lost the game yet still. 7-0.
he's literally undefeated. He's gone through everyone, including his own teammate. You know how hard that must be?
Yeah.
And so he's done it all, and I talked to him backstage. He was ready for this competition, and he's confident too. So this is a surprising first game for him.
See, you've been able to interview and speak to a lot of the players, Casey. Who would you say, based on their approaches coming into this, in terms of confidence, would you say Tekkz is the most confident, or have you spoken to Levy or
No. Interesting one, Fuma. I was talking to him backstage. I think he's a little bit underrated of a player.
Yep,
but he's
agreed.
like, I feel amazing going into this. I'm confident. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, Stingray said as well, he's coming in a rich vein of form, practicing well. As Stingray said, word for word, smashing everybody. So if Fuma manages to keep that form into today, he'll definitely have a great chance of finishing top 2. A great ball over the top there from Tekkz.
Speaking of Tekkz, looking to find a way through. There's the step overs from Ginola. Again, it's another block at the back from Virgil van Dijk.
Good defending. He could have easily stepped in there and then pressed circle there to lunge, but he was composed.
I think if you look at Fuma, when he came through the qualifiers and the games he played, he beat Nicholas. He stopped Nicholas from getting into this tournament. Big 5-3 win in the knockout stages. On his way to qualifying for this one. 3 times E-League 1 winner as well. Has been the forefront of French competitive FC over the last couple of years. There's Socrates again. Well, that's been the interesting pick for.
Look at him again.
Tekkz. He's going to continue his run all on the left-hand side. That's a case of working into the box. Great feet. There's the one more pass. Hansen on the finesse. And it's matched up with a great save from Schmeichel. Quick corner to come in. Tekkz trailing 2-1 on the volley, maybe. At the back post for Van Dijk, who'll head it back across. Very brave and very composed from Levy just to find himself out of that.
Fair enough. That composure there, wow. Fair play, Levy. I think she's in. She's in.
There is 2 players, Casey, that no surprise every player has gone for throughout this drafting process. 4 million coins of the investment. Mbappe and Ginola. They're in every single draft. Levy! Proving why. David Ginola is in every single player's draft. 3-1 he leads.
I mean, it makes a lot of sense. They're 2 of the best items in the entire game. And some might say, do you really want to spend all those points on them? I mean, look at this gameplay. You do.
Ginola.
Yeah.
Best hero in the game?
Yeah, I would say so. You've obviously got Lucio Yaya Toure as well. You see there, the goalkeeper movement wasn't enough to stop that shot at the near post. Levy 3-1 up now.
Goal coming in from the other game as well. It's from Fuma of FC Lorient. Perfect start to the second half from him. We said about Ginola, Casey. Ginola strikes again.
I mean, I think that he could be the MVP of this entire tournament today. I'd like to see a total at the end of the day, how many goals he has for everyone.
He sort of feels like a bit of a safe bet as well, right, doesn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. I feel as if because he links to Mbappe as well, and you can only get 2 players from the same league, it's sort of a given that he'd probably choose him and Mbappe to link together, get a better chemistry on Mbappe as well, which is always a priority when building the squad. It's given away from Tekkz.
Would we say that's the most important league, would you say, in this drafting restrictions? Casey, would you say League 1 tops the Premier League, which feels weird to say, but if we're talking about Mbappe and Ginola, it sort of is.
I think so. When you're talking about attackers, you need people to come in and score goals, and when 2 of them are from the same league, you have to show how important they are.
I thought he was going to play over the top there. Pause cued as well. 20 minutes left to go.
Hernandez just every time.
I think maybe why Tekkz has chosen this year, obviously 3-star or 4-star skill moves compared to the regular item in game, has 3 stars, so maybe that could help offensively as well, giving away possession.
Handsome could have a gift here. Mbappe, there's a one more pass if he needs it, he doesn't. It was brave to go on his own with Mbappe, but you cannot forget how important the French forward is. Every time it ricocheted off his chest. He knew nothing about that one, but it was here. There could have been a moment where an extra pass could have been played, but Tekkz didn't panic. Big goal. And of how long these halves are, Casey, there's still so much time to unfold.
So much can happen in this amount of time. 9 minutes, I cannot imagine having to play. Imagine that for Weekend League. I don't know how they do it. They have to stay calm, cool, collected this entire time.
Yeah.
They do it well.
I think you're with Brandon in the 8 wins, maybe.
Okay, I get 11 wins.
11?
Thank you very
all right.
much.
That's not that.
Yeah. Respect 11 wins.
It brings up the average.
He was trying to defend me there, Ryan. We're into a pause as it stands. Let's quickly wait as we jump back into this one. Tekkz looking to make a couple of changes as we jump back in. 3 goals to 2. Tekkz is trailing LeviDeWeerd. Getting a lot of support in the chat as well. Martin at home. Have to keep in mind the form that he's been on inside the Eredivisie as well. Does represent Club Ajax in that traditional league format. Tortney has won before. And just getting those reps in, I think at the moment is, although he's not been playing in this FC Pro Open week after week after week, right? Every Tuesday, he's been getting reps in. He's been playing his Sweaty 16 on Thursday nights. He's been playing online cups too. There's just so much opportunity for him to get practice in. Yeah,
absolutely. As you said, he's putting practice to perfection so far. Again, though, that goal stems from a mistake, and in my opinion, those are the worst goals to concede in these moments, especially when the clock's ticking down. You're up by 2. We know the cliche statement, 2 goals are the most dangerous leads to hold, but when you give away a goal that easily from a mistake, it's tough. It is very, very tough to concede. Dest off the bench in at left back.
He was one of those potential super subs I did see feature in a couple of these drafted squads. There's De Bruyne. Does he fancy a shot? No, we tried to punch it into the feet of Ginola.
Seeing a lot of possession gifted away by Levy there, which is very unlike him. Musiala's in here.
Musiala waiting for a pass. There's Ginola. Does he need one more? Back to Mbappe. Looks for the step over exit. Teo Hernandez is there, only as far as Valverde on the opposite side. Levy still looking for a way through.
He had that pass, the driven pass into Neymar. I don't think the space he expected to have that much time.
What a turn, Mbappe, somehow.
Pen, yeah.
Oh, he goes down! Further into the book. And Tekkz, potentially on the receiving end of a 4-2 scoreline. Upstairs, Modric.
Oh, he saves it!
Bobby Agnan. Huge save from the French goalkeeper to keep the game alive. And this is where Tekkz can go down the other end and cause some mischief. This game sort of reminds me of that non-Nisa game.
I was just about to say that. Genuinely, the tackle as well was almost the same at the same moment here. This could give Tekkz the mental fortitude to push on. He's just saved the penalty. Honestly, if there's one way for you to get back into the game, this is a perfect moment. 10 minutes left to go.
This is giving me Didi flashbacks. Hansen. Into the box. There's Tekkz. It's a gift.
Oh my God. What?
With a huge save.
Oh my
Still 9 minutes left on the clock here. Tekkz still trails 3 goals to 2.
Post.
Towards the back post.
Good keeper movement.
Ferdinand could have been from 0 to hero.
Wow, that movement there, not from the save, I mean from the corner there. The save, I'm not sure if there was any goalkeeper movement, but wow, you'd expect that to hit the back of the net, and that would have been one way to equalize, but wow, that is, I'm lost for words.
My heart is beating so fast right now. Also, saving a pen is the best thing to give you. Yes, but it's also the biggest confidence boost that you could ever get, and it can shift momentum just like that.
Yep, agreed.
Well, you saw from Tekkz there, he scored on would have been the perfect counter-attack. Tekkz is still not done here. Last 5 minutes.
All right, guys, I have to jet out. Enjoy the rest of the match.
Thank you, Casey. She'll be back throughout tonight.
That's on. That's on. It's on.
Oh, there could have been a penalty shout. Very quickly, let's jump across. There's been a goal in the other game. Up run against Fuma. Which way has that goal gone? It's an equaliser for the Italian of Exceed and Hellas Verona. Coach Hollywood's by his side as always. As we jump back to this one, which is going to finish just before. Keep in mind, if it does end as a draw, it'll be a point apiece, and we will be moving on to round 2.
Oh, that's so unlucky.
Of group play. Modric does get fortunate there to win that ball back.
Good turn.
Now this is where Levy can be really smart. Does he need to fall into the trap of scoring another goal? No, he doesn't. Wins a corner instead. And into a pause we shall go. Ryan Pessoa, is there enough time? Is there another chance in this one for Tekkz?
The thing is, there's only a minute left of regulation time, plus, of course, you've got added time. In 9-minute halves, it genuinely feels like that's a long time. We're going to take a look at the penalty miss. It stems here, a driven pass, Mbappe with that little flick. He takes an extra touch, starts press tackle, and Mbappe goes to ground.
What is that flick from Mbappe then?
I think it's I don't know if he's done that bad. It might have been by purpose, I'm not sure. But Modric, a step to the left from Tekkz, box corner. was saved. And this was a chance straight down the other end here. Great build up here, composure. This shot is so lucky to rebound, but...
Yeah, for sure.
He knows it. You can see the grimace on his face, the reaction, he knows it. That's a key moment in the game.
Very quickly, let's jump back.
I think it's another pen.
Oh no!
It's Rio.
Rio, you could be going off the pitch here.
Oh, that one's, yeah, you can't do much about that one.
Levy with a chance to go 1 goal to the good, he will. And it looks like Team Hullet, after what was not a week to remember last week in the FC Pro Open with world champion Manny Bashir, will be off on the right foot tonight.
That's them there from the McGeady cancel there, the R1 controlled sprint. Does he press tackle? I think so. It's a penalty. Don't get me wrong. And then Tekkz staying down the middle. Levy putting it top left corner. 4 goals to 2. He's made that penalty count this time. And it's almost certain, Brandon, where almost guaranteed, I should say, is Levy 3 points to the good after the first set of fixtures. It's a great start.
Perfect start for Levy. Looks like he's moved his way to 3 points. That will be Ivan Cavallero getting an upgrade tonight as well. He will be moving. It won't be Calvin Phillips's rating that will be moving just yet tonight. Remember, 1 win will put the item up by 1. Full-time results are coming with just added time of 2 minutes on the clock. But from 1-0 down in what was a really aggressive start in this game, Ryan, from Tekkz, to win 4-2, to weather the storm from Tekkz. Huge 3 points in what is such a difficult group.
Absolutely. 3 points can go a long way. I believe Casey said it as well. I would predict there to be a lot of points shared in this group. But that is the end of the game. Levy victorious, 4 goals to 2. We still have the other game going on between Oberon and Fuma. We left it at 2-2. Hopefully we're able to go live into that game.
Well, I believe there is 3.5 minutes left in that game. We'll go.